Aslam bikum fi Cundall. Welcome to Cundall. Welcome to Cundall, the first well-registered office in Qatar.
Cundall has a strong history of leading in sustainability. We have also worked closely with our clients to develop sustainable solutions on the projects that we work with.
I was really excited when I heard that we're moving into a new office.
For 30 years, I've been designing buildings. The first time there's an assessment in the WELL standard where it's all about people, the health and well-being of people, which is fantastic.
Cundall pursued WELL certification because it wants to focus on the well-being of its own staff, and the best way to do it is to provide the working environment which is healthy and promotes a healthy lifestyle.
Doing well makes financial sense. Employee-related costs account for more than 90% of the organization's total expenditure.
This is the first well-designed project that we've been involved with.
As a company, we have a responsibility as well to our employees directly over here. And with the WELL standard, we can actually set a benchmark as well to show our employees that we actually care and that we want to do something for them while they're spending so much time at work.
We pursued WELL in Qatar for a number of reasons, mainly to create the best environment, the best healthy and clean environment for our staff to work in.
I think that with WELL and with general sustainability, that there shouldn't be an additional cost associated with trying to achieve these things. So really for a user, for an organisation, it shouldn't cost you more to be WELL compliant.
The journey started when we came to select the right space, and we found Al Ghanem Business Center to be the most optimal for what we were looking for in implementing the WELL building standard.
Cundall pursued this model firstly because it's the right thing to do. It's absolutely the right thing to do, to take care of our people and to help them thrive and prosper and create an environment where everybody is performing to a high standard. And not also that, but to set an example for the future. This is the future. Cundall as a business likes to lead from the front, and we've done that with this office. It is a first in Qatar, the first of many, we hope.
The WELL building standard is a performance-based system used to measure, monitor and certify features of the built environment that affect the health and well-being of its occupants. These features include air, water, light, nourishment, mind, comfort and fitness.
The elements of WELL are introduced into the full life cycle of a space. So during the design process, we've had to introduce various elements into the way that we created the space to encourage our staff to move and be fit.
The suppliers are not educated in this type of product lines, and should they even have the product, they don't have the proper certification for it. What we've done as a contractor is we've sourced out multiple suppliers for each specific products. We made sure that all aspects of the requirements for the certification for certain products were met. We've gone through a system of RFA with our clients requesting for approvals. We've had a lot of setbacks of RFAs going backwards and forwards because they may have met certain certification at one point, but at some point there were things that are still not compliant.
The WELL building standard for me is absolutely critical. I joined Cundall because Cundall is a business that looks after its people.
It's important to implement such building standard as well in Qatar because it's a fact that most of our time is spent inside the building.
We took numerous measures to achieve the WELL building standards, things that we would have never have done if we were not following the WELL building standard and only following regulations.
There's a tendency of employers just wanting the maximum productivity from their employees without really analyzing what are the basic needs of an employee to be more productive.
We were able to influence small changes in the building that enabled all the occupants and visitors to have the benefits of a healthier building.
To achieve the air feature for the WELL standard, we have implemented a number of measures to provide the highest air quality that we can have in the office. First, even before our staff moved into the office, we conducted air flushing of the space in order to keep VOC levels down after the construction stage. The air quality is monitored 24/7 with the use of dedicated devices located around the office, which can measure such air quality characteristics as temperature, humidity, dust contained in the air, chemicals and CO2 levels. And finally, we have implemented a non-smoking policy in order to inhibit passive smoking and promote a healthier lifestyle. Who doesn't want high air quality, especially if you have to spend so much time in the building?
We had to ensure that every aspect of the material that's going in to this office is well compliant.
We might think that inside the office is secure. We are not being allergen to any dust particles or any other compositions. But it is now that it's understood that what impact, what role does the materials that we are using on site does inside an office space.
As Cundall, we have been in the market over 7 years. There is a lot of speculation in the market about the tap water is drinkable or not drinkable. We have tackled the speculations and we tested the water quality, and we found that the water quality is pretty good. However, there is few parameters has to be addressed, and we used Culligan water system to treat the water.
Drinkable tap water in Qatar is almost unheard of, and to be able to walk up to a tap in our office, pour a glass of water and know that it's safe to drink is incredible.
Our aim is to promote the health and well-being of our employees. For example, we are providing fresh fruits and vegetables and organizing a nutrition and seminar.
You can look in this building in particular, but it's very easy to put in a grid ceiling or gypsum ceiling and put in 6x60s or downlights. What's unique, I think, about this office is the finishes. There's no ceiling, it's a very modern approach. The surfaces are all exposed, but we look at task lighting, and that's providing lighting to where the user is, which is desks, meeting rooms, breakout spaces, and it's a much more efficient way of lighting a building.
It's very important for us to implement the fitness element of WELL in Qatar because of generally the working conditions in Qatar. The expectations here are higher than other parts of the world. You know, the working hours are longer, so we need to create that environment that encourages our staff to move and be fit and healthy. Most of the fitness elements introduced into the space relate to the operational side, where we've introduced policies, we've introduced incentive programs, you know, to get our staff, you know, to move, and we've organised regular educational sessions where we bring in a professional fitness expert to come and talk to our staff about health and well-being. One of the other measures that we've introduced is having some fitness equipment within the space, like the one that I'm currently using, where we have introduced the concept of walking meetings, but on a stepping machine. So this particular setup that we have in this area, where staff can come together for a meeting between 2 or 3 people and get on the steppers, move, and talk.
To ensure requirements were met within the comfort category, we had to do various things such as actually take physical measurements within the space, like noise measurement.
A memorable event organised by the Health and Wellness Committee was our potluck lunches, which encourages staff to prepare and cook their own healthy lunches using more natural ingredients rather than overly processed foods. It's great to see the variety of foods prepared by each staff and how keen they are in learning about healthier lunch options. The office incorporates natural elements throughout. These elements include biophilia, natural light and wooden materials. Apart from contributing to the design of the space, these elements help boost morale and reduce the negative health effects.
We also carried out surveys to find out how they felt about the previous space, so that we're able to compare. We also gave our staff the freedom to choose where they sat based on their thermal preference.
Well, the innovation is what sets it apart. I think with clever thinking, bringing a team together. I mean, for many years I've heard the phrase of integrated design, and it's easy to describe integrated design or use the words integrated design. The truth is, with the well building standard, it brings an integration together of lots of skills and lots of disciplines to create the optimum environment, and that's absolutely essential.
I've learned of its importance to a person's well-being, person's productivity. If we care about their well-being, if we care about our productivity, we should place them in an environment that is conducive for work, that they want to go to work. We have a tendency of fighting change. We resist change, but I believe that building standards is something not to be resisted, but to be embraced.
Well, there are a number of things that I've learned during the process. However, the most important one is to understand how to really design for human beings rather than just numbers.
I love the fact that each of the elements within the office have their own little individual stories, how they came about, and personal kind of interactions in terms of how they were developed. One of the key things that I've picked up is just the immense improvement of the staff morale, and the excitement and the buzz of moving into and growing into our new office.
I think one of the key things actually is good communication and awareness, not just of our people, but the awareness of everybody involved in the project. So the suppliers, the contractors, and actually for me there was a step change in the team. There was a very collaborative team that developed this project, designed and installed the fittings, the furnishings, and there was a point in time where we shared our knowledge with the contractor team, with the supplier team, and it was almost like a light switch came on. A light came on, flicked a switch, when they suddenly realized, hey, this is something unique, this is something special. And from that moment on, it was very easy to work together, all with the common goal of making this office a first for Qatar and something special.
It was really satisfying to work on a design which focuses on enhancing occupants' wellness, their health, their happiness, rather than the building itself.
I come to the office to breathe fresh air, to drink fresh water, to be healthy.
I do believe that it is required as a basic guidelines for all builds, either in the offices, homes, and any domain that is for public use.
Firstly, I'd like to thank everybody formally who's been involved in this project for all the hard work that's gone in delivering the project and to produce what is a magnificent office that we're very proud of. And we'd like to welcome you to the Al Ghanam Business Centre and come and have a look and enjoy the space with us to our health and well-being office. Thank you.